instrumental in my success in this industry, but not just myself. Like literally, he's helped so many people in this industry have success. And so, what I want to do is, of course, move on out of the way of greatness and bring to the line, one of the visionaries of Unity. All right, none other than the millionaire mentor, Mr. Jason L. Scott the first. Mr. Scott, are you there, sir?
Yes, young lady, absolutely line. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you and see you. Go ahead and take it away.
Excellent. Listen, I appreciate you, young lady, always being the astute business professional that you are, hosting, coasting, doing what's necessary in order for everyone to have success. So I appreciate you, young lady. So matter of fact, let me do what I always do. All right. Yeah, of course the huddle is going on. Of course we said to put it on your calendar. Of course everybody already has the Dare to Dream, based on the team schedule. This is the time the call happens every Friday. Of course this is your own business. Of course that you can show up for your own rescue. Of course that I'm going to show up because I'm showing up for my own rescue. And of course I'm expecting those and looking for those who are serious about running their business to log in. And of course those who don't, congratulations for doing exactly what you need to do for yourself and your family and your business. And I'm going to support you wherever you need me to support you as to reach out to me when you can. Everybody else, I see you on the huddle. All right, let's go ahead and get into this call, guys, because, we already know this is Friday, the first of the work week. And because it's the first of the work week, and I don't want to keep you guys long, I want to, matter of fact, do me a favor, if you guys can, open up your mics or your cameras or so. Let's go ahead and make this a good call, because we're going to be in preparation for, let me see something here. Preparation for this work week, right? And as we're in preparation for this next work week, let me move this thing out of the way so I don't knock anything down here. And as we are in preparation for this next work week, Friday is the first of the work week, and this is the key thing you need to remember. All right, we have, let me see, 1, 2, 3. Let me see this. Let me see. I'm gonna count this and if you can look at your calendar real quick, Nikki, to make sure that my dyslexia don't kick in. But let me see. Today is the first of the work week and it's the 11th. So let me see. So that'd be 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. That 4 weeks exactly. I just want to make sure it's gonna be something weird, like where something falls at a certain time. The next Smart Ship week is going to be on Friday the 9th, right? Friday the 9th. And through Thursday the 15th. Write that down in your calendar. It's going to be Friday the 9th through the Thursday the 15th. That means as you look at your calendar, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in order for you to prepare for this next Smart Ship week. Now, what does that mean? That means we know this business works several ways. We know we do retail and we recruit. We know we find people to replace people. We find people to build a lifestyle. We already know, and I said it many times before in our process of doing what we do. And some people, like I said, some people are going to be a paycheck, and other people will build a lifestyle with you. And the great thing is that they choose that. We choose to build a lifestyle with people. Like those of you who logged on to the call right now, Catherine and Sharon and Pamela and Michelle, you guys have chose to be a part of a lifestyle build. That means you're an entrepreneur. And as an entrepreneur, you're going to show up the way entrepreneurs show up. And because you are, see, I find that people who tend to plug in, they have the best results, because you're gonna have to plug in yourself, and you have to plug people into you. And the way you plug in is how people are going to tend to plug into you. I've watched many times over that they'll sponsor people. They'll say to themselves, I know how to do this on my own. They get some people going, and within 30 days, all their people quit and they got nobody to work with. And then, of course, they blame everybody else except themselves. And only because they didn't plug in, they didn't plug their people in. They thought that they were going to get on some magical call someplace or follow somebody magically from afar. And they thought they were going to be in a winner's circle, but they find themselves being in a loser's circle. Is only because plugging in, even myself, I plug into the rebirth. You know why? Because I'm not trying to be doing this by myself. I'm not trying to make it all about me. I'm saying I plug into TLC and what John, Lucari, and Jack and everything is following. Why? Because I'm not trying to build it and be by myself. Yes, I can. Yes, you can. Yes, many people can. They can build it on their own. But if you have never successfully built the organization and a team yourself, by yourself, along with other leaders, I'm saying, that have taught you how to do it, a lot of times you're trying to figure things out. And the way that most people have figured it out over the years is by failing. That meant they tried it on their own, things fell apart, and it took them decades before they realized how to make an organization stick together like glue. So when we say plug in, it's because we're trying to shorten the time span that it would take you to gel your organization, to come together. We try to shorten the time span because when you're not available, people need to know they have another place that they can get information. When you're not available, your team needs to know that they got other people that can get them excited. When you're not excited, they can plug into the group in the chat and get reignited or excited. The reason why I always ask everybody else to talk inside the chat group is because it's not my group, it's your group, it's our group. Everybody in the call group, in the chat group, the Unity Rebirth, our job is to move the entire organization along. But also your job is to get good in there so you can be excellent and amazing and incredible out there. Whether out there means in your own chat, out there in your own home parties, out there in your own leadership organizational calls and movements and trainings and everything else. But you got to get good someplace. And we allow everybody in this space to get good here so you can be amazing, get excellent, and be of a beam of sunshine out there in the world. So congratulations to all of you guys who showed up to this call. But those who logged on a few moments after we actually started, again, I'm going to say to you, and you can look at your calendar, and we have the end of the work week just ended yesterday. So today is the first of the work week, and you have 4 weeks. You have 4 weeks before we get to May 9th. In that week of May 9th, the Smart Ship is going to run on that Saturday. And I'm trying to prepare you guys because we have 4 weeks to build up a lot of momentum. We have 4 weeks to add new people. We have 4 weeks to do conference calls, trainings, webinars, launch calls, home party. We have 4 weeks to get this thing happening. All right. No. You fine, Deidre. Matter of fact, I was waiting for you to let me know about popping on that Zoom on that call. Matter of fact, open up your camera because I want to hear all about that because that's what this call is about. This call right here is going to be making sure people schedule events for these next several weeks as we add new people to the plate. Because in 4 weeks, that should be your executive week, Deidre. That should be your executive, even regional week, Deidre. You got 4 weeks. You're doing an amazing party today. Open up your mic and tell us about this party and what you have going on, young lady.
Hey everybody, hey Mr. Jason L. Scott the first. I definitely
Hey, young lady, what's going on, young lady?
I feel amazing, first of all. Excited. Did the home tea party for my mom. Of course it was her friends. I didn't get a chance to do the Zoom. How about the laptop went out on me last night? Everything that could have tried to go wrong, tried to go wrong.
You're welcome.
But
You're welcome.
right.
That's how you know you about to blow, girl. You're welcome.
So, but we still made it work. I got to, I ended up pulling up part of the presentation from my phone. I had to hurry up and download the app, so I did get part of that. But it was more so a conversation. Um, we had we had 6 people actually in the room that came. Um, no one signed up, of course, but everybody left with a product bag. So that was good.
Yes.
Looking for the link to order their place their orders for this upcoming Thursday. I made sure to put that on there that we do pre-orders. Actually had a couple of my tropical cleanses on the table as well. So I had 2 people that purchased the tropical cleanse along with the trial pack. So it was amazing. It really was. I think after everybody got in and we chit chat, just small talked a little bit, the nerves went away. But I'm excited to do the next one. Had my mom for a testimonial because of course she uses the product, so she was able to be that testimonial, and it went amazing.
Excellent.
Yes,
Hey, put your hand together for Miss Deidre. What else?
thank you
Dylan.
all of the leaders
Yes,
for
ma'am. Yes,
paving the
ma'am.
way. Thank you.
Now, this is how I want everybody to understand this, right? Let me help you guys understand the reason why we do these home parties and we do these events, all right? Your job is to get a lot of people doing events in your organization. Because if you're the only one doing it, then you have a job. You don't have a business. But let's say she just said she had 6 people, right? Let's say so 6 times, let's say if 16 people had 6 people, that's 96 people that we all can expose just in one home party. If we all do one home party, let's say you did 96 on today, we all had home parties today, and everybody got all 16 had home parties tomorrow. That'd be another 96. Then other people had home parties on Monday. That'd be another 96. And other people had another home party on Tuesday. Listen, you start exposing that many people, because the same thing when when Peggy did hers, people were there. She sold product and people joined. People showed up at DJs, people buying product, people joined. It's something about the home party that people, when they're in that environment, and it's an environment of a conversation, they just respond differently than just being on the Zoom calls. They just respond differently because they feel your energy. And like we talked yesterday, I said, listen, you're gonna be a little nervous when you get started. Don't worry about it. I said, just do it. They don't know nothing from nothing. I said, whatever you say is gonna be what they understand the thing to be. There ain't no right or wrong way. I said, even if you don't have your computer to your TV. And I told you, I said, I was sure from my phone. If I don't have no phone, I have my iPad. Hey, Zoe, don't you see me talking over here to the people? You see me talking? Hey, guys, give me 1 second, guys. Let me see who this is. Oh, you got that? Okay. Zoe, I'm talking to the people over here, babe. Please. No, I'm sorry, guys. Somebody ringing the daggone doorbell. Zoe, please. Thank you. All right, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, guys. Hey, Nikki, hold this call. Let me see who's at my door real quick. Take the call. Matter of fact,
Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Nikki got a face full of food.
I'm sorry.
Pamela Butler, take it real quick. Take it real quick, Pamela. Share anything, whatever that's your teammate who's making it pop off. Share.
All right, congratulations first and foremost to my sister, Miss Deidre Wells. Inspiration and motivation, you all. Doing the home parties, just the thought of doing a home party for me personally, it was just nervous. I was nervous about it. But watching her just walk through the process, it motivated me, and I have an event scheduled for every Saturday for the next 4 weeks. I have things in place. Just watching the excitement in the chat, just like Mr. Jason L. Scott the first said, watching all the team members. Y'all, I am quiet by nature. I have to be intentional when I come into the group to make sure I'm vocal. Like in the virtual world, I would disappear because I'm so quiet. But I love the atmosphere, and I have been intentional with participating. But this week, the fire in the group, it kindled something in me to just put my head down and go to work. And just watching a lady, watching Deidre, Miss Peggy, and everybody in the group. I just want to encourage you. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's like everybody I reached out to, it was all eggs. It was all eggs. But one thing I know for certain, and two things for sure, I know where I'm at, and this is not where I want to be. So I just want to encourage you all as you watch these amazing team members, family members, drop their results. Congratulate them, encourage them, and see yourself where they are. For those who are like myself, I know I'm not the only one. Step up and step out, because that's the only way it's gonna happen. And even today, I just been putting myself out there. I don't I'm the type, I don't like to announce where I am, but I just do it. And when Deidre called me, she didn't know how much of an inspiration she is to me. She reaches out to me saying I'm inspiration, but between the support in this community with Jason L. Scott the first and Miss Deidre doing her thing, planning out her activities, it's just it helps to put a fire under those of us who are we know what to do. It's just up to us to do it. You just have to do it. So back to you, Mr. Scott, and congratulations again, Deidre, for knocking out the park. I was waiting on you. I was just like you, Mr. Scott. I was waiting for her to log on. I was sitting here on Zoom. I was like, what is going on? I had got nervous, and then she was like, I'm done. I said, that's what I'm talking about.
No doubt.
So
No doubt.
congratulations.
And I was the same way. I looked at the time. I said, well, you know what? And I learned. I said, okay, it's two things. I know she was definitely doing it. I said, but also, if they can handle it, and if they need me, then I'll be available for it. You got me? But I like for people to just go through the process. It's something about going through the process that forges a new character inside you. Just like once a person does it and they see they're still alive, what's the first thing she said? I'm gonna do another one. Once they do it and they still be alive, and they're like, oh my God, I'm alive. I'm alive. I think I'm alive. And once they feel like they're alive and they knew they made it through, all you got to do is say, I'm going to do it again. But that's why I want to have this call with you guys today. I told you I'm not going to keep you long, but this week right here, the home parties are not just to be done on the weekends. They're events that you can do daily. I used to do a home party like every day. Now, the thing is this, I would be at different people's homes on different times because traditionally the way network marketing was, it was a lot of people meeting in homes and home party to home party, event to event. And what happens is, let's say and let me say how I would schedule it. I would say I'm gonna do a home party for Sharon on Saturday. Let's say today's Friday. I'm doing one for Sharon on Saturday. Matter of fact, on Saturdays, let me tell you how I used to do sometimes 2 to 3 home parties. I would do one in the morning time at somebody's house, like early, like about 11, 12 o'clock. Because you do know a lot of times on the weekends, people are already out and about in the morning time. Some people get up early, they head out, they go to the things. So sometimes I actually do one by like noon. But of course, we be having like our 11 o'clock training calls and 10 o'clock training calls. So I don't really plan those during that time. But you can still say, I'm going to do one at 1 o'clock. And then I would do another. The home party only takes about an hour and a half or something like that. The most. I say hour and a half because 30 minutes, 35 minutes for a presentation. After that, people socializing, signing up, doing things like that, especially when I'm doing it for the person. Then I get in my car, drive across town, doing it at somebody else's house. And the only reason why is because some people's guests will show up. Like we had a home party there. I had a guest that I invited. They showed up to the place where I came to. But sometimes a person's people will show up at their place because they're used to coming to that person's place. And if they're used to coming to that person's place, it's easier for them to show up at your own home than to show up at somebody else's. Yes, they will show up at somebody else's. Yes, I can still say, let me get one person over here. But I've done it that way many times only because I wanted to be able to make sure that I was able to get in front of a lot of people over the weekends. So sometimes I would do 2 on a Saturday. I would do 2 on a Sunday. On Mondays, I would do one. And of course, we do them at 7 o'clock. Like 6:30, 7 o'clock, people start getting off of work. Some people come straight to it. Some people kind of get off of work and go home. But by 7 o'clock, we did the home parties. By 8 o'clock, we was already done. 8 o'clock, we was already done. I mean, I'm like 7, between 7 and 7:30, 7:45, we're normally done. People after that, socializing, everything else. By 9 o'clock, you definitely can be back at your house if you live in the same city. Or 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock the latest. And that was something that people do on a daily basis. And I would do one for Sharon on 2. I mean, let's say I do one for Sharon on Saturday, another for Nikki on Sunday. I'm doing something for Rosie on Monday, doing something for Michelle on that. But that was me wanting to get as fast as I could to what I just showed you guys just now. I told you, let's say how many people, let's say we got 18 people. If 18 people times the 6 people that showed up, as a matter of fact, it's about 6 people that showed up at Peggy's. There's about 6 people who showed up at Deidre's. So imagine if you did one at Peggy's on Saturday, another one at Deidre's on Sunday, and that was 12 people that you talked to. Peggy signed people up and sold out a lot of products, Deidre signed people. As a matter of fact, several people signed up from Peggy's. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, one of Peggy's reps, Dawn, sponsored somebody at that event. So Peggy sponsors somebody and Dawn sponsors somebody from hers. And they both sold product from that right there. Deidre did hers today and she sold product today and people joined today. But if you actually had a chance to do that with your team, and your team, everybody doing a home party, that's 108 people that was exposed throughout the week. You just saw 6 people being exposed today, 6 the other day, and about 3 to 4 people who joined and a bunch of products sold. That's how fast this thing normally works. People are back outside. But at one point, I used to always be like, when we went to go into Zooms after COVID, and I'm saying, I mean, think about this, guys. That's been like 5 years ago. It's been like it's been like 5 years. Listen, since we did home parties. When I came to a home party at Peggy was like, "How we gonna do it?" I said, "I don't know, girl. I ain't do this thing in years. I ain't do a home party in years." I said, "I'll figure it out when we get there." I said, "Just have some product out. I'll walk in and figure out everything else when I get there." Same thing with Deidre today. She like asking questions. I said, "Listen, we went over a few things." I said, "But trust me, you're gonna have it. You're gonna be nervous at first, but once you start talking, it's gonna be what it is, and everything else is gonna work." I need you guys to understand this week right here. You got 4, and again, for everybody who logged in at the end, we have 4 weeks to get to the next Smart Shit Week. This next Smart Shit Week that comes up, this should be the week for sure that everybody ranks up. This past week, I was looking for everybody to engage the same way everything that way everybody engaged with when Darryl was looking to get regional and national, we all got busy. Everybody did their part. When Twila went national, went regional national, we all got busy. They did their part. When Sonia, her team went national, they all got busy. They did their part. When Latasha got busy, her and her team, they all stayed focused on the plan. They did their part. I was looking for everybody doing this team this past week in the smart shit week to do their part. But the thing is this: I've learned that if it don't work the way you want it to work, just reset. I didn't get mad. You know what, my team, I can't believe everybody, they ain't taking my, whatever. No, it's what it is. It is what it is. I'm like, reset. Now, do we have to wait until 4 weeks to get up? No. In 4 weeks, I'm looking for you guys to rank up. I'm not waiting for you guys for that week. I'm looking to do what I can do week to week to by week as I check everything out, move things along to still make it happen. But I'm helping you guys understand, if by the bare minimum that you know, you have 4 weeks that you can add new people to your organization. 4 weeks, and you can reset today, because today is the first of the work week. And all it takes is just saying, I'm going to do a home party. I'm going to meet some people at a hotel lobby. There's several places that you can meet people. Matter of fact, let me see who's that. Pamela, like Pamela, there's a lot of times I used to meet people at the embassy. You know, the embassy is at Pamela, like around the Fayetteville. The embassy is across from the movie theater, like the Fort Bragg, not Fort Bragg, the one that's off of Yakin Road, the newest movie theater they got over there. I would meet people in that lobby right there, and I would have people meet me in the lobby, and it'd be a group of people. We in the lobby, and I'll talk about products, talk about services. You can meet people even if you don't get into a home party. You can actually book a room at a restaurant someplace in the back room and have people coming in and you guys meeting in the back room someplace, because people do that already when they're eating already, and they can grab something to eat and you guys can do a presentation in the room back there. There's a bunch of things you can do. They even have libraries that you can actually meet at your local library and have people come to the library for that right there. But the very best thing is just have people do home events, because a home event is a private event that people will come how they come. Like when the people came today, did they come how they came? Did they come in suits and ties and all types of things, or did they just come how they came? How did the people come today? What was they all red hats and blouses? And I mean, how was everybody dressed today? Did they just come as they came, Deidre? How was your home
They
party
came
set
as they
up?
came. They came as they came.
They came as they came.
Mhm.
Yep. And did they join when they came as they came? And did they buy products when they came as they came? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's it. So I'm telling you guys, I know sometimes we like to overthink it. And trust me, I've done home parties where we suited and booted, but the times have changed after the time where a lot of people are not in that space. Yes, even when I did Peggy's, I used to do on a blazer just because I knew it was gonna be an older crowd there. I knew it was gonna be an older crowd, so I threw on a quick blazer that I had while I was there. You know what I'm saying? And the great thing I like about that, like me and Nikki was talking about it, the older crowd, they used to this space already, connecting and being in that space. So I had no problem getting in there and doing that event. But this week right here, the most important thing for everybody on this call is to get your calendars out and schedule events with your team this week. Don't wait for me to do it. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. You yourself just say, you know what, let me do some events. Because if you really want your team to grow, you want people to be in an environment that they can feel you, they can see you, they can trust you. And I've done this no matter what the company. It's all the same stuff. That's why when I was doing coffee, we call them coffee jazz mixes. When I was with Organo Gold, when I was doing tea, when I was doing the chocolate, we call them chocolate affairs. I did a chocolate network marketing company. That's how I met a lot of my people international. It was a healthy chocolate company. You know what I'm saying? I did a real estate investing company. We talking about real estate. You know what I'm saying? We doing all these real estate mixes and people coming. It's been years and years. Everybody would come into that space. And right now, the most important thing, yeah, we're doing Zooms and we're scheduling events out. But the launch calls that we're doing is in addition to it. I want everybody to know the summertime is coming. This next season that we're about to go into is going to be the summer. Your best opportunities for connecting with people is going to be to get into some homes. People, when it starts getting warm and you're trying to tell people be on a Zoom at 7 o'clock and it's still bright daylight at 7, not getting dark to 9 o'clock, A lot of times they're not gonna want to get in those Zoom calls because they've been waiting for the summer since we were in kids. As I've said it many times, right, Nikki? For years I would say the same thing. When we were in kids, well, since we were kids, we were conditioned that summertime meant break or a holiday. Summertime is break time. Every time the summertime, could use elementary school, you know you went on summertime was break time. Using junior high school, summertime was break time. High school, summertime was break time. By the time you went into college, summertime was break time. And even though people still be into the workforce because we've been conditioned so long, summertime means break time. So even though representatives still be hot and heavy on this right here, a lot of the people you want to expose, they themselves may not be in that space. But take this with a caveat. The world has changed in such a way that when it used to be challenging to get people to do a thing like popping a call, some will pop on a call, but I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them may be on a call, but it may pop on, but their camera's not on all the time. I mean, the camera's off and they're not really focused. They're on, but they're doing a bunch of other things. So therefore, by the time we finish, they don't really catch all the information. So they tell you want to do some more research. They come to your house, they seeing everything right there. They tasting everything right there. They seeing the products in their hand. When they come into your home, it's the same thing as them coming to your store. They come to your store, they browse around, they see things you got in the store. They're looking at this right here. How much is this right here? What's in this right here again? Yeah, let me get a bag of that. As a matter of fact, my baby, you said this is coffee, right? Yeah, matter of fact, put this in my bag too. They'll do the same thing that they already do. They will add other things to the cart. They just do. You're exactly right, Sunshine. I mean, we're literally at the event. There's a bunch of 5 for 25s all over the table. But the young lady, she walking out, she still got a big bag of tea. Then she left and she came back and said, "Hey, I got to get some NutriBurst." And I talked to my mother and she wanted me to come back and I got to get some of that NutriBurst. You know why? Because she saw the product while she was there. She tasted the product while she was there. And even though she joined and left, you know how I told you the reason why we buy like kits, because you want to sample, you want to sell, you know what I'm saying? You want to consume the product yourself, and you want to be able to supply. You want to be able to supply your organization and people and things like that. So if people come, you got products that you may have that your rep can actually purchase from you. You can supply products for your organization. There's a lot of things that we can do in this space, guys. But this week right here, all I'm asking you when we hop off this call, all right, is for you guys to schedule some home parties with your organizations. Exactly right. You know what I'm saying? She signed up and didn't want to wait. Exactly right. You know what I'm saying? And she signed up and had to buy product. She signed up and still left with product. But because she was in a home event. If you guys schedule events in your area, and I'm gonna tell you, I was on a call with Daryl and Twila. They want to come to the Carolinas. They want to get back on tour. There's a lot of places they want to go to. You got me? They want to go to a lot of different cities. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm like St. Louis is a city. I'm like North Carolina. You know, all these different, like right here in Raleigh area. I'm naming places that I know I got people in my group and my team. Of course, you like talking about Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Other places. We're talking about several places that I know that we got people on our team that we can actually take over and make some great things happen. We can even put South Carolina on the map out that way. But it's going to take a collective of people coming together in the markets and put some things in place. So when we finish the call, if you're a leader on this call, you're a director on this call, I want to make sure you're scheduling events with your group, knowing how many home parties is happening through your organization. If you commit to doing 4 home parties a week, and yes, we could say 4 Zooms and things like that a week as well. But like I said, the summertime is coming, and I'm trying to help you guys get a lot of people going into the summer. If you guys work between April, May, and by the time the summertime starts getting really hot in June, right? Because you're gonna have between May when people's really gonna start kind of shift. When people start getting out of school in late May, all right, in late May, early June, you gotta hear what I'm telling you. When these kids get out of school, late May, early June, and they off for the day in summer vacation, and it's getting darker later. These are the things that you got to understand. There's seasons that happen. There's a psychology shift. And when that shifts, if you have a lot of people on your team, you have more teammates that are now meeting with their family members who coming over and they got products. they're coming through and they see they got products, they're able to have people over and they're able to talk about product, able to sell 5 for 25. A lot of your teammates will make money through the summer. Even though if a lot of people don't join, a lot of people don't be coming in and getting on Zoom calls. If you're doing home parties and they come into homes already, and they know there's going to be some light snacks. Now, let me say this to you guys: when you do a home party, don't be doing no fried chicken and collard greens and this ain't that. Don't be sitting there doing a 5-course meal, cornbread. Don't do that. That's not what we do. Do not do all that stuff. Because what's going to happen? And I learned this from mentors said it to me in the past, but I watched it happen over the years. You're going to have a husband and wife that's going to come, and the husband be like, yo, I love this right here. But the wife be like, I'm not cooking this stuff. I'm not going to be cooking no 5-course meals because she's not seeing the business. She's thinking to herself, she got to cook and do collards and macaroni and cheese and all this other stuff. This ain't that, Peggy. Exactly right. So when you're doing a home party, you do like refreshments, if you do any refreshments, but you definitely want to do, have the sampler. Peggy, when you did your what did you get that thing that you had all the different samples of the teas?
I ordered it off of Amazon.
Can you get that link and put it into the group?
Yes, I will.
Get that link and put it into the Telegram group. I would appreciate that.
Okay.
It was a simple thing. It just had like several different teas that she had, and at first, like she had that, and she was smart enough to have on top of it. She had what was that? You had like candy canes on top.
I had a candy. I got it from Cracker Barrels, and that was a watermelon. And then I had another one that was lemon, and I had another one that was a fruit punch. It just worked because I forgot to label it, and I tasted them, so I knew to put it right on the top. So it worked out.
It was smart. It was smart because I'm looking around, I'm trying to hurry up and get things together. I'm like, okay, Peggy, which one is it? She's like this. She's like, it's right there. I'm like, oh, okay. The candy bar was on top. I'm like, okay, this one was watermelon. Got it. You thinking, Peggy? You thinking? I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? It was color coordinated. It was flavor coordinated. And as people were coming, she had the small sampler cups. Because this is the key thing, guys. Yeah, we can sample people the whole thing, but that's like a whole. By the time you sample, you didn't sample a whole sachet. I'd rather sample the same way when you go to the mall, and they don't give you a plate of food to sample. They have one toothpick, and on that toothpick, there's a little piece of meat on it. And you walk by and you try that one piece of meat, and you're like, there. Not first you go, no, I'm good. They be like, here, just try it. Just try it. You be like, no, I'm good. But you keep walking by. You be like, you know what? You grab it as you're walking by, and you be like, this. Let me get number one. We do it all the time. They're gonna do the same thing here. That's how Peggy sold those. People like, first they were like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna look. They saw those colorful flavors, which why I like that. They see all these colors on there, and some people they'll try it right here. Oh, I like this right here. Which one is that? Oh, that's this one right here. Okay, let me get 5 of those. Then the funniest thing is a person get the full bag, but they'll spend $25 for 5 of these. They'll spend $25 for 5 of these. They'll spend $25 for 5 of these. You can have a mixture, but they'll still spend 5. You make $25, $50, $75. They could buy one bag for 25 of them, but there's for 15 of them. They'll still go ahead and buy that because they want 5 of that one flavor. Keep these things in mind, guys, as we actually put some things in place for these home parties. But let this be a month. Let this be the week that you get started. Let this be the week that you don't wait until next weekend, because this is already the weekend here. You can literally schedule and have some people come by your house on Sunday. You can schedule some home parties and have people come by on Monday. You can call some of your friends that you've been trying to get to and say, where you at? You at home? I'm stopping by your house tomorrow. You can literally stop by your friend's home. I did that as well. Listen, I've traveled to people's homes out of town doing home parties. Because that's the way I used to always do it. As soon as I got somebody, I don't care what city or state they was in, I was traveling. I traveled to people's states. Their friends wouldn't show up. And I'll be like, let's get in the car and go to their house. And when I get to the house, and that's when we only had the brew tea then. I would get to the house, say, hey, I came in town looking for you. Where's your kitchen at? I'm gonna boil this. Let me get this tea ready for you. They'd be like, oh, okay. I'm walking in the door like, where's your kitchen? You know what I'm saying? Where's your pot? Where's the pot that we can boil this in? Got me? Where's the pot? Because I'm going to get, and then while we're talking, while it's boiling, I'll tell you about this business that I came in town to meet with you for. And I literally would have people joining me after I did the presentation. Because in my mindset, if I'm coming in town and somebody told me, so, well, I can't make it, and I should get them on the phone call right now. And they call, I'm like, hey, I'm waiting for you right here. Oh, what happened was, I said, no, it can't happen. I came for you. I'm looking for you. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, let me move some things around. I'll be right there. And then people will come. When in this space right here, guys, you can be fun with it. You have a great time with it. And the only reason why I can do it that way is because they already have a relationship with their person. And because they have a relationship with their person, I'm just plugging in to that relationship. You may meet somebody off the street and say, this is the psychology of everything, right? You may meet somebody off the streets and say, hey, and they be like, but if I'm like, yo, this is my man right here, they be like, yo, what's up, son? This is my girl, hey, what's going on, yo? Some people are trying to give you a hug and you just met them because somebody said, this is my friend. When you go to these home parties, people trust you in that same space. By the time like, yo, this is my scene, they be like, hey, what's going on? They have a different level of feeling and connectivity to you. By the time we go through the presentation and we talk about the products and we talk about everything else, guys, I promise you're gonna have some great results. Zoe, don't do that. Don't be disrespectful, girl, please. So in closing, guys, we have 4 weeks. I need you to put a plan in place for you and your organization that in 4 weeks, you're going to add people to the table. 4 weeks, you add people to the team. Our Smart Ship Week is going to run on the 9th. It's going to be from the 9th to the 15th of next month. That means you got 4 weeks. What if you add 6 new people a week to your organization? Or even if it's just 4 new people a week, because you're doing 4 home parties and 1 person is joining. Now, the great thing is you have to be you by yourself. Every person here should be looking to do that. I'm looking to do some. I'll be calling. Sonia, I'll be calling you because I want to come do something for you right here in Fayetteville, where we are right here. And I'm saying this week, if we can get something going on this week, I'll call you and see if I can come down and do something for you, like because you're right here close to where I'm at this coming week. Let me check my calendar real quick. Yep. So I got a couple of appointments that I have this week already, but I'm going to definitely see if I can schedule a home party that I can come in and meet with some people for you. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be able to do that, whether we do it at the home or meet them out at the hotel lobby someplace. But I'd like for it to be at a house or then if we get somebody on your team that's in Fayetteville as well, we can do that as well. Because if everybody's local to me, then I know that Pamela has some new people that she sponsored here in the Carolinas. So I'm looking to add several home parties to my calendar this week. They're all not on this call, but I'm going to have some conversations because I'm looking to do the same thing I'm coaching you guys on. The reason why is this, all right? And as I wrap up the call, I got to make sure you guys understand it. Remember, I told you we work in this business and we start adding people to this process. And you got to remember that when you start to build out, you ask for new people. Like this coming week, some of you guys, let me see here real quick. Let's say if your plan is to get, let me see, let me hear this real quick. Hey, when this exchange mode be on my daggone, on my calculator, it throws me off. Okay, here we go. Let me see. All right. I want you to be focused on because you start doing some events, and some of you guys got people in your cities, and some of you guys got people in other cities. If you get them added, and you from every home party adding 2 or 3 people, you got to remember once you get somebody at a home party, everything goes right back to step 1. Make sure that person falls in love with the product. So they loving the product. They're putting together their list of people. They're inviting people to their launch, which is a home party. And then we're going to go do their launch. When you do the launch, people are going to buy a joint from that right there. So by the time you do the home party, you add, like Peggy added 2 people. So let's say she did this 2 people. Deidre did hers. That was 1 person. I think she said she had several products. You might have 2 people coming from that right there. If you keep adding every week, a couple of people every week, by the time you look up, and again, you got to remember, it's you plus the people on your team. The key thing is getting to the point where you have enough people added to your team that when it's Smart Ship Week, if you're trying to get Rising Star, that's 20 people on your team. Now, the great thing about the 20 is remembering this. I may put 5 people into the business between me and my team. Peggy may put another 5 people into the organization. So when we say 20 people, like, oh, that's kind of hard. No, it's not. It's you understanding you got several people in your group. If you and your group are doing 4 events a week and everybody's adding new people to the team, and I got 5 new people, Peggy got 5 new people, Deidre got 5 new people, over the course of the next, listen, we're talking about at least one person, at least 1 or 2 people a week you're adding into your organization from the stuff you're doing. By the time you get here, you got 20 something people. That's rising star. 20. If you go 2,500 in volume points, divided by 120, which is what we do for Smart Ship. That's 20 people. I just showed you. I can add 5 new people because I've done several home parties. Sonya can add 5 new people. Nikki can add 5 new people because we're all in the organization. But the best thing for you guys, if you guys haven't hit director and you want to get director knocked out, 1,000 divided by 120, right? 1,000 divided by 120 is just 8. So if you're looking to hit director for the first time, you can literally get that done. If you haven't got it done this whole time, add some people to your organization. And by the time we got Smart Ship Week run, and everybody, on that one day, 8 people just doing their Smart Ship, you're automatically going to qualify for director on that one day. If you got just 8 people in your team doing their Smart Ship. Plus, you got to remember, now you got you plus other people who are doing events and home parties that week. So some of you guys who hit director that week may end up getting Rising Star knocked out that week. Some of you guys who get Rising Star because of the numbers you got going on right now will hit executive that week. Because normally once you run your Smart Ship, you're going to get at least half of the volume that you need if you go to work with a plan. So this week, guys, it has to be a plan. We'll reconvene for next week. But I need you to make sure this week it has to be a plan for you. And I can't make the plan for you. You got to make the plan for yourself. If you make the plan for yourself and you do the home parties, all the products that you've been buying, because that's the other thing, you have to order some products. If you don't have no products and you want to try to do a home party with no products, can it work? Yeah, it can. But the best results you're gonna have is when you have some product on hand. That equals cash on demand. Even if you just have bought your own purse, you bought at least 3 products, you at least got 3 products you can share with the people there. If you did 3 products for Smart Ship, you should have some products coming because I already got the email showing that my Smart Ship had already been sent out. So that means by this week right here, you should have, if those of you who did 3 products should have at least 3 products showing up that you can actually share as a presentation. And again, all you gotta do is get them in the door. Then you can show them the store. You can literally, if you got 1 bag of this, you can sell that out that way. If you got 1 bag of this, you can sell that out. If you got the coffee, you can sell that out that day. If you got the Nutriverse, you can sell it out this week. And you can literally go back and buy more product as soon as you sell out this week. Okay, got you, Sonia. All right. So before we're done, guys, do I have anybody who got any comments, any statement about anything? I don't care if you got any questions about anything in your business, what's going on, something you don't understand, whatever it is, open up your mic right now. If you got a comment about what we shared, a question about what we shared, but anything you need to understand, let me know, guys, so I can help you because I want to get everybody ready for the summer and get everybody ready for this next Smart Ship run. I gave you a game plan for the next four weeks, knowing that one of these numbers should be your number in your head. If you know you're going to get director, Rising Star, or executive, that means on a Smart Ship date, just know that whatever you generate on that one day, that should be your week that you hit. That not only you hit your rank, you requalify for director, but you go up to the next level that week. Because if you work hard between now and this, and you got 2,500 in volume points, because you're already a director now, you got 2,500 on that Smart Ship date. That entire week, you should get another 25. And this coming Smart Ship, we should be breaking several executive directors this next Smart Ship week. Let this be the first time. If you guys have not aligned with me this last week, this next Smart Ship week, let's have a plan and know we have a plan together. I rock with you. I ride with you guys. I'm up all the time. When people call me, people need me. That's me showing you that I rock with you. Me doing calls around the clock for you, Zoom calls when you're not there, whatever you do. That's me showing you. I show you proof positive that I'm here to rock with you. I promise you, a lot of people they're just not doing it in the same way because they don't quite understand it in the same way that I do. Because I want people to succeed because I know that if people get it, they got it. Now that Deidre got it, now that Deidre did it, she got it. That's it. Peggy did it. She got it. But we have to plan several throughout the week, not just the weekend. Plan several through the week and make it a part of your business that you hop off work. It's a part-time job, part-time business. Say we go to a part-time job, you get off work and go get cleaned up for your next job. That's all you're doing. Going home, getting cleaned up for your next job. And your next job is your business. So it's okay to get ready for your business and spend 3 hours doing your presentation at from 7 to 8 o'clock, 8 to 8:30, or 8 to 9 o'clock. You're closing people out, adding new people and selling products, and be back home and in bed by 9:30 if you got to go to work the next morning. It's just that simple. You can do it over and over and over again. It becomes fun. It becomes camaraderie. It becomes something that your people just want to be a part of. And when the summertime hit and when things hit and life hit, they'll still want to be a part of you because they see how you showed up for them. And now we open the call. Anybody got any comments, statement about what we shared, or any questions about anything about their business that they may be confused on or don't quite have an understanding on? Open your mic.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I always get so much from our huddles on Friday because it's preparing us, not just for the week, not just for the month, but it's preparing us to operate our business. And one thing that I know is that, we only do two things in this type of business, R&R, okay? And it may sound redundant, but that's what we do, R&R, not rest and relaxation. Although I know some of us wish we could, but in this business we can't, right? R&R is retail and recruit, but retail is first, right? Retail is first. I know, like many of you on the call, I would love to be a recruiting machine, okay? But my way into recruiting has to be with retail, okay? Because retail, it gives a person the opportunity to really, really fall in love with the products, which is what we want people to do. So even when they decide like, hey, I may not be able to run the business, I got this going on, I got this going on, I got that going on, but because they love the products, we know that we have a reoccurring customer that is in our organization. Even if they're not working the business, we know that they're going to buy the products. And so I wanted to add, just even you can do, retail pretty much anywhere, even from me doing is, I like to call it PLP. We give everything a name and a meaning. So PLP for me is parking lot pimping. Even from me doing that, meeting people, not everybody that I was able to talk to or everybody that I am able to talk to, they don't always purchase products right there on the spot, right? However, when you start to build a connection and a relationship with people, you can always reach out to them. You can always follow up with them. So me just sitting here on, our huddle, I had somebody call me like, where you at? Okay. I'm like, hey, I'm over here. Give them the address, pull up. Products on hand equals cash on demand. So me sitting here in the car during our training, I'm able to make money. But the important thing is, because I'm a business person, right? This money is not mine right now. Okay. I'm not going to use this money, Mr. Scott, and go get my toes done. I promise I'm not, right? I might have to let that go. I'm going to use this money to reinvest because there is a long-term strategy. There is a plan. So we have to make sure that we always, always, always invest in our business. We always have products and we continue to build, right? We continue to build for the months to come, for the years to come, because this is our long-term strategy, right? R and R, right? So I just wanted to add that, and I'll turn the call back over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, lady. I appreciate you for sharing that as well. And everything you said is exactly right. So when you guys making your sales, hold on to that cash, hold on to that capital, so you can actually reinvest back into your business and start to grow your business. Thank you so much for that. Anybody else before we're done? Any comments?
Yeah,
Any
Mr.
questions?
Scott,
Yes,
great evening. I just want to add some other ideas that we can do is if we have, if we're close to like the community centers or nonprofit organizations, as well as churches, they have a lot of wellness sessions or seminars. So it'd be great idea to just contact them and say, okay, I would like to come in as a speaker and just present the entire TLC presentation as well as bring in, samples and things like that. I've done 2 already and they've gone really well.
Good stuff. I appreciate you sharing that. Matter of fact, I know Peggy and Ken. Ken was telling me he got something, an organization with veterans, and I'm looking to do the same thing in Greensboro. So definitely, I'm with you, and I appreciate you sharing that. Peggy, were you trying to share something just now, young lady?
Yes, I wanted to share. I know when I was signing up a young lady this week, she was trying to use another form of payment, the Affirm, the Klarna, or it's another one. However, we got her in, but I spoke with Sunshine, and if she doesn't mind, if she could share it, and I know she doesn't, if she's on the line, she said we can do that. I would like to see if it's possible she can share that with us tonight.
Yes, Sunshine, are you available? Thank you for sharing that. Sunshine, let me see. I'm not sure if she's available. If she is, she may not have her phone. If she's not unmute right now.
Yes, can you hear me? I'm actually
Yes,
on
you
the
can.
bus, but I'm on the way from my grandbaby's class trip at
I'm got you. Is it not a good time?
yeah, so I know I could go ahead and share.
Okay, go
Anyway,
ahead.
yes, they can use that, but what they have to do is they have to go to whatever site it is, say if it's college. They have to put in the exact penny amount.
Mhm.
They're gonna get a virtual card, just like they would do a regular card.
Mhm.
Then they go back on the site, and when it says your name, you don't put your payment information in there. You put it in there at that time. So it's a virtual card that you get, and you can use that. The reason why they do that is because you have to pay, let's say if it's $100, you may have to pay like $60. They want to make sure the money that they're going to be taking out, that they can access your account. So that's why they have to make a little payment before they're able to use that card.
Mhm.
But they go back to their site when they're checking out and put their name in, and of course, put their name, their virtual account number, the expiration date, just like if it was a prepaid card, and they can use it.
Good stuff. And which site? Which one did they use that date with you?
Harlem.
Klarna?
Yes.
Okay, good stuff. All right. And this is something we talked about before, guys, but now you guys are hearing that people are doing it. That means some of you guys on this call right now who have not had a chance to even get your elite kit. This gives you an opportunity that you can even use it for yourself to get you an elite kit. Set yourself up on a Klarna account or on a firm account or something, and then actually get ahead and do exactly the same. Get the virtual number, use that at your checkout, put yourself in business, get the kit that you want to get or the product you want to get that's going to give you 1,000 in business volume. All right. Now, the thing is this, before you actually place the order through yourself, make sure you check with me and your leadership so I can show you guys where to place the order in your organization for you to have the best results for yourself. That means for you to hit director, or for you to hit executive, or for you to hit a rising star or something, based on where you want to place it at. And imagine if you got you plus people on your team this week who do it. And again, this is something we could have did last week on the Smart Ship Week, but this week right here give you an opportunity to prepare for the next Smart Ship Week. After this call this week, if you do it, you got to have product coming. Now imagine if every home party you selling product. Now when it's time for the next Smart Ship Week in 4 weeks, it's time for you to order another 1,000 in volume points. So now you got another 1,000 you putting in. You already got 5,000 plus 5 people in your team got 5,000 that they got to place another orders in, because you got 5,000 with people who join and you hit executive, or you already at executive levels. You can literally get regional numbers knocked out. You may get 2,500 in volume points. Plus you and your team placing orders back again on that week. Now you're actually hitting executive director numbers. This month right here, guys, is our breakout month. I already told everybody April's going to be a transitional month for a lot of us. This is going to be a big month for a lot of us. I put all my time and everything and everybody else. I'm looking for April, May, and June to be the next 90 days to be incredible. But this month has to be the breakout month for all of us. And once we get moving, guys, I want to come wherever you guys at. If you're in Florida, I want to come do a home party. If you're up north, you're in the East Coast, West Coast, I want to come out. That's how I've always built. And I want to get back into building and traveling and getting around to different people. That's why I was asking you early, DJ. I'm like, yo, what's the address? Because I was looking to see if I can get there myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like trying to see how I can get there to be a part of it myself. I wasn't able to work it out, but I sure was trying. That's why I asked you for the addresses. I told you, let me see how to invite some people out. I was trying to invite myself out to that if I could have made it. But I couldn't get the things to work the way I needed this morning for me to make it happen. But that's because I want to be supportive of what's happening. I want to be a part of this next movement. I want April to be a breakout month. So guys, I appreciate you guys for showing up. You guys got the plan. You can get on Klarna and get so you can get ahead and set everything up to get some products ordered this week. So if you get the product ordered this week, giving us product to have this coming, like this week right here coming, you can start breaking down the products. We can sell products. I'm saying the rest of this month, these next 2 weeks out this month right here, with a plan, then knowing that the 9th is the week that you're going to hit your next level. You're going to rank up. Some of you guys are going to rank up between now and then. Just ordering your Klarna packs. I mean, using the Klarna to get you a leak kit. Some of you guys only hit director this week. But you let me work with you between now and the next 4 weeks. Some of you guys are going to not only hit director and requalify for director, we're going to rank up for executive director the next month. So, guys, I appreciate you guys for logging onto the call. Congratulations to everybody who showed up. I didn't want to stay this long on the call, but as you see, sometimes the questions and the answers and everything else can take us a little bit further. And I'm glad that it did, because it gave you guys proof positive that what we talked about by using the virtual account that Sunshine just told you can absolutely work and get you guys rocking and rolling. So I appreciate you. Thanks a lot for sharing that. Thank you for that, Peggy. I appreciate that, young lady. You guys are an amazing organizational team. Let's rock this thing out. I love you guys. I promise you I do. My mother taught me to. Open your mics, guys, and say good evening. And I want an amazing week for all you guys this week. Love you guys. Bye now.
Great
Have a
evening.
good week. Thanks.
Good evening, everybody. Let's
Great evening,
go.
everyone.